Mic check, mic check. Hey, 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 hey. Okay. What is up, guys? RFK has finally gone to Steak and Shake to talk about their new beef tallow fries. He's there with Sean Hannity. We're going to react to all of it.
Thank you so much for doing this. We really appreciate it. Before you got here, I already had a burger, so I'm having another. I'm breaking my diet. I am pretty much full on keto.
Of course, Sean Hannity eats keto. New York elites are always doing some kind of trendy diet. I always loved when intermittent fasting was the big thing. They're like, did you know if you don't eat for 20 hours a day, you'll lose weight? I'm like, yeah, that's called anorexia. Thanks for giving me an eating disorder, you jerks.
I made an exception today. I had it on a bun, and I really enjoyed it, actually. Explain the difference between seed oil and tallow and why this is a big deal.
Processed foods and seed oil is one of the components of processed foods, and that is, all the science indicates that ultra-processed foods are the principal culprit.
I know we shouldn't talk about it, but I love RFK's voice. Reminds me of my grandpa who smoked like 3 packs a day. And listen, I know it's not his fault, but it's like Gravel had sex with 7,000 grit sandpaper and they made a voice baby.
And this extraordinary explosion, the epidemic we have of chronic disease, when my uncle was president.
Oh, when your uncle was president? That's such a classic Kennedy move. But honestly, if it was me, I'd use that all the time. I'd get into bars, restaurants, like you name it.
3% of Americans have chronic disease. Today, 60% do. Diabetes and other mitochondrial diseases are now costing America more than our military budget.
Obesity costs more than our military budget? No wonder we can't have universal health care. Everyone is shaped like me. It would cost a fortune. Please subscribe, by the way. I kind of need some money to pay off those medical bills.
We are poisoning ourselves. And it's coming from, principally these ultra-processed foods. And what we're trying to do, and this President Trump wants us to have radical transparency and to incentivize companies like this one to switch to traditional ingredients like beef tallow.
If only I'd been eating beef tallow all these years, I wouldn't be as big as a truck. It's those darn seed oils. I knew it was the seed oils. And we are poisoning ourselves, but RFK, my Happy Meal tastes so good. Who cares if the apples are made out of petroleum? Me likey.
Oh, by the way, here you go.
If you want to just take the red basket, I'll take those trays back for you. Okay?
Oh, okay. Is that...
this is you, Sean.
Oh, this is me? Okay, thank you.
And Secretary, this is for you.
So you're going to eat a 1,200 calorie burger meal, but cheer it on because the French fries were deep fried in animal fat instead of oil from a seed. I think we're screwed. This is progress. I swear we really are exactly what the Europeans think of us. We just need like an open carried AR-15 and a bald eagle to complete the look.
All right, gentlemen. Enjoy.
Thank you. You didn't forget my Coke, did you?
Huh? Get your Coke? I got you, buddy.
Miss Small with the little ice. But I'm not going to drink it all because he's going to yell at me.
He's going to yell at me. I love all the people who've adopted RFK as like their personal health coach that they're worried is going to yell at him. I just hear him in my head every time I open the fridge. Please just eat one vegetable. And I'm like, no, RFK, it's not going to happen. But Hannity genuinely looks scared of him at points. He's seen the pictures of RFK like judging Trump's piles of McDonald's. But now that he's been confirmed, I'm worried RFK is going to start like the food gulags. Have you seen the meme where we put everyone in a giant cage and until you're thin enough to slip through the bars, you can't leave? Listen, I'm not saying it's right, but it might work. I need all the help I can get.
And people are raving about these French fries. You taste them.
They're amazing. They really are. I'm not. This is not.
When I was a kid and I travel in Europe, Europe is great. Always had great food. The French fries were always a disappointment because we had the best French fries here. They had pommes frites over there, and they just didn't taste right. Today, the best French fries in the world are in Europe. I order them every time I go to Belgium or France or any place else. And the French fries here just don't taste right. And you taste these, it's a completely different experience, and the customers are raving about it. Other companies, Steak and Shake has been great. We're very grateful for them for RFKing the French fries. They turned me into a verb.
They turned me into a verb. That sounds like a spell from like a brand new witch. Aboody Kadooby. What changed? Nothing, but you're a verb now, not a noun. So go on and get Jonathan. What does that mean? It means get the f*** out, Jonathan.
But also Popeyes.
By the way, a plastic straw. Thank you. Thank God. I can't stand those paper straws. I hate them.
You hate the sea turtles, right?
I love that RFK immediately turns it around on him like, oh, so you hate sea turtles, huh? Is your paper straw a little soggy? Oh, poor guy. Look at this turtle dying. Was it worth it? This is a live stream. We could save him at any moment, but you'd have to change straws.
Okay, beef tallow, seed oil, but then there are other healthy oils. Like, for example, avocado oil is considered healthy, or olive oil.
Or butter.
Butter, straight
olive oil, right.
But my daughter, who's like you, she went into my house a couple of years ago and she like wiped out the Smart Balance, wiped out the margarine, wiped out any seed oil.
Good for her.
And she cleaned out my whole pantry and she bought me the things that she said, Daddy, this is much better because I like to cook.
And she wants you to live for a long time. And she
I want to live for a long
healthy.
time.
Me too.
That's why I watch my weight. I watch what I eat. I try to take care of myself. Here are the numbers that really scare me, though. And 66% of adults, 38% of teens, and we'll put this up on the screen, they have prediabetes.
I didn't order that.
He did not order that. We'll just put it looks great. I'm sure one of our guys. Would anyone like a free shake? Anyone?
RFK is the health secretary, but he feels like a Roman emperor. Like, I'm 90% sure they took that guy out back and shot him for that. You put a milkshake in front of the health secretary, you've dishonored this nation and yourself. Pray to God for mercy, because I'll show you none. RFK just brings out a medieval vibe. That Kennedy name makes you want to just invade Cuba or something.
We got to be somebody in here. But I want to go back.
We can just
You want?
I've never seen an interview so derailed by a milkshake. Honestly, it's a bold move. They should start doing this during debates. Mr. President, your tax plan would... Ooh, a strawberry swirl. Anyways, back to the scary stats.
Okay, 80% of American adults, 50% of teens are overweight and obese. We have an obesity epidemic in this country. 77%, according to the Pentagon, Americans do not qualify for the military because of their health. 40% of our teenagers struggle with anxiety now and depression.
Those are rookie numbers. We gotta get those numbers up. I won't be satisfied until the country looks like Wall-E. We got to get those floaty beds in ASAP.
When my uncle was president, 3% of Americans were obese. As you pointed out, it's now close to 80% of adults, 50% of children. But in Japan, it's still 3%.
Men in
they don't
Japan,
eat this.
Correct me if I'm wrong, don't they live on average 10 years longer than men here?
Yeah, and this generation of our kids is the first generation in 200 years that is going to have a shorter lifespan than their parents.
Okay, but those stats are brought down by the transgenders, and that's not fair.
We need to start grappling with it because it's a moral issue. It's a financial issue. The healthcare costs are going to sink us. And the only way that we're going to solve it is by changing what we eat.
What a ride it has been. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment down below if you've tried the fries. And for the record, I know we had fun today and made some jokes, but I do suffer from a mitochondrial disorder myself. I've been hospitalized 15 times. Weight is complicated, and I know it is for so many of you guys too. Let's laugh at this stuff while we work together towards whatever health looks like for us individually. Love you guys. Mwah. See you next week.